Eh bien, le bonjour la team JVM, c'est Momo, j'espère que vous allez bien. Très content de vous retrouver sur la chaîne de Jeux Vidéo Magazine aujourd'hui pour une interview en anglais, in English, with you, Arnar Gylfason, I think it's that, for your name, production director of Valorant. I got a few questions for you with Valorant. So, as we know, Valorant coming in consoles on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S also. The first question is, when is the Valorant release date on console, more precisely?
So we're going to be entering limited beta on June 14th.
So that's the main information. The first question I have.
First question.
Could you tell me more about the decision to bring Valorant on console? You just tell to the player that's coming like a few months ago, yeah. But actually, why this choice and what is the backstage of the project of Valorant in consoles?
So the reason we wanted to bring Valorant to console was twofold. One, we believe that competitive players are competitive no matter what platform they're on. And so console players are very competitive and they're hungry, and we believe Valorant has something unique to offer that they are currently underserved in on consoles. And the second part is we believe we've solved the core promise of the gameplay feel of Valorant for controller players, and hopefully with the playtest today you got some time in. We believe we got it right, we hope we got it right, and we're very excited to go into limited beta and have players kind of tell us how right we got it.
What challenge did you face to achieve the Valorant on console?
It took a ton of prototyping and iteration and gameplay testing, and so having a team like the gameplay analysis team that we have, which is a team of pro and former pro players that just play the game and tell us kind of how close are we to solving the problem, has been an incredibly important part of us having the confidence that we have the right game to bring to players on console.
And more precisely, what are the technical specifications of Valorant on PS5 and Xbox Series, the FPS, maybe the DualSense technology with haptic feedback and adaptive trigger? So what does it mean for Valorant on consoles?
There's a couple of different pieces that are important to know on console. One is that we wanted to make sure players had the gameplay feel of being able to quickly look around and kind of look at their surroundings in the game, but then also be able to have that fine precision movement on their gunplay to really pull off amazing headshots. Solving that was a massive problem for us, and we believe we've solved it, but it's such a huge opportunity to let the Valorant gameplay shine on console. For technical specifications, competitive integrity is at the heart of Valorant, and so we wanted to make sure that we are hitting 120 FPS on all of the consoles that we support in our main combat mode. So that's PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, X and S are hitting 120 FPS consistently. And then in terms of the backend, we have the same infrastructure and backend that PC has. So we're offering 128 tick servers for console players, the same netcode that we have on PC, as well as an adapted version of our anti-cheat system.
And there's no crossplay between PC and console for let the chance for the console player to make the biggest experience and the best game they can?
Correct. There's no crossplay between PC and console, but Xbox and PlayStation players can play with each other. So the reason we wanted to make that distinction is so that we can not just kind of port the game one-to-one from PC to console, but really adapt the game to consoles in a way that makes the game feel like Valorant on console. And that made us a couple of changes and decisions that kind of it helps that we don't allow crossplay for that.
Did you think about to port Valorant on Nintendo Switch or something? We can play Valorant on PS5, Xbox Series X and S and PC. Maybe the Switch is the last thing you can do with Valorant. It is an idea or something?
Currently there are no plans to bring it to the Switch. Yep, sorry Switch players.
But you confirmed that, so?
Yeah, right now we have no plans.
No, okay.
Sorry.
How do you see the arrival of RIOT more precisely on consoles? Do you have any plan for the future, for Valorant on PS5 and Xbox Series, for the next season, for the next character? What is your plan for the future for this game on console?
Well, our plan for the future for this game is the same as our plan for on PC, yeah. It's one game, it's one ecosystem, and we don't plan on making another Valorant, like Valorant 2 or Valorant 3. Yeah. This is the game we want to support and grow with our players for years and hopefully decades to come. And so more gameplay content, more tuning, more investment in infrastructure and gameplay feel, the same great experience on PC, but for console players.
And more precisely on Valorant, where is Valorant today, and how has the community evolved since 10 years did you beginning to work on Valorant?
Wow, a lot has changed since we started working on Valorant. I think one thing that's definitely changed over the past 4 years since Valorant came out on PC is just us understanding who our players are. When we launched in 2020, we had this assumption like, oh, probably people who have deep tactical shooter backgrounds are going to come play Valorant, or probably hyper-competitive players. And year over year, we are constantly surprised by all the different types of players and profiles that show up to play Valorant and be a part of our community. So we are super excited now to see, how does console fit into that? Where do these console players come from? What do they bring into the community? We don't want them to be the separate Valorant console community. We want them to be a part of the overall Valorant community, and we're very excited to welcome them in.
What desire of the community have you listening to the most regarding to the arrival of console of Valorant?
We believe that the key promise of what is Valorant gameplay is the thing that players want on console. And so unlocking that with, for example, focus mode and our adapted agent abilities and all that, like, we believe that is really the core that console players are looking for from Valorant. And so getting to limited beta isn't the finish line, it's the starting line. We're starting from, do we have the game that console players want to play? We believe we do. And then as they play it and they give us feedback, where can we grow from there? And
the last question for you, what will be your advice for someone starting out Valorant today with the console version?
Learn, play, have fun. Have fun is important, but don't give up. Look at how other players are playing the game. Look at your favorite YouTubers, your favorite Twitch streamers. Look up educational content about the game. Think about how you want to approach Valorant, and have fun. Find an agent that you find fun playing. It's very important.
Exactly. Thank you so much for having me and for having us on RIOT headquarters today. It's very big building, you know.
Nice.
And thank you so much, and take care. And
thank you so much. Merci tout le monde.
Oh my God, it's French. Bye, thank you.
Thank you.